Oh, almost fell in the water there. So you want to get into inshore saltwater fishing. Well, you're about to enter a world of having zero money in your bank account and having the anger issues of an alcoholic Italian man wearing a wife beater. But let me tell you the two best baits you can use, the two best artificial baits you can use for a beginner. And these are baits that you can use as an expert, but in my opinion, it's going to help you get started catching fish right away. And let me jump into it with numero uno. Check this out. Now, the first bait I'm going to talk about, in my opinion, is the best inshore saltwater lure, period, across the board. But it's super easy to use, which is why it's perfect for a beginner. And let's see if you guessed it. I'm talking about this guy, the soft plastic paddle tail. And I'll tell you why it's the best beginner soft plastic to use. So this bad boy, this is the Z-Man 4-inch diesel minnow. I think the 4-inch is the best size for overall for a soft plastic paddle tail, but a 3-inch is great, 5-inch is great, you know, figure out what you like. But the reason why this thing is so perfect, it's customizable, meaning put a different size jig head on there to get all the different depths that you want to get. It swims and kicks, gives off some vibration, kind of like a little minnow, any kind of bait fish, mullet, croaker, whatever. It just looks like it's just swimming by and it just gets munched. Doesn't matter if it's snook, trout, redfish. You're gonna catch them all with this bait right here. And let me see if I can get some footage of it in the water so you can see what it looks like when swimming. Okay, so the cool thing about this and why it's such a good beginner bait is because all you gotta do is cast it and retrieve it straight back to you and it's gonna kick great. Like, watch this. I'm just moving across the surface of the water. You see how it just looks like a bait fish just swimming? I hope you can see that good. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but the tail kicks, gives off that vibration. Looks like a little bait fish swimming by, and wherever those fish are holding up, they're gonna see that thing and just pounce on it. Yeah, look at that. They're gonna pounce on it like a lion pouncing on a gazelle. So, like I just said, the great thing about the soft plastic paddle tail, all you gotta do is cast it out and just retrieve it straight back to you. If you wanna change the depth, you wanna get a little bit deeper or a little bit more shallow up in the water column, just change the size of the jig head. It's that simple and you're gonna catch everything pretty much. Now, bait number 2 is a little bit trickier to use, but the reason why I say, in my opinion, it's number 2 is because the versatility of it. And what I'm talking about is, look at this guy, the soft plastic jerk shad. And I'll tell you why it's number 2. Now, I know for those of you that have already been into inshore saltwater fishing, you might be thinking,
wow, dude, why didn't you mention the shrimp, a soft plastic shrimp?
I'll tell you why. Because this pretty much is a soft plastic shrimp, because when you bounce this thing off the bottom, this is the new penny color, this is the Z-Man, I believe this is the 5-inch jerk shad. But when you bounce this thing off the bottom, it looks like a shrimp. And not only that, but you can use it in a bunch of different ways. You can straight retrieve it if you want, just swim it right across the water, just like a paddle tail. Or you can even skip it around on top, toss it up in the mangroves and just jerk it around. That's why it's called a jerk shad. It looks like kind of like a fleeing bait fish or an injured bait fish. It's the most versatile bait you can possibly use, in my opinion. And that's why it's number 2. Get used to the paddle tail. Okay, the paddle tail might end up being your favorite, your bread and butter. It's a great bait to use, but learn to use this, and this thing is gonna take you places that you really can't go with the paddle tail, okay? Like I said, I'll show you how I use it here. Here, let me show you. All right, guys, so the way that I bounce this thing off the bottom, super simple. You don't gotta overcomplicate it, okay? Fish are dumb, okay? That's what most people don't tell you. You don't gotta overthink things. You don't gotta be so worried about, oh, what color do I use? Fish just see something coming by their face and they eat it, that's it. So this is how I bounce it off the bottom. Just toss it out there, let it sink to the bottom and just give it a couple jerks, reel in a little bit, couple jerks, reel in a little bit, and just do that all the way back to you. And that thing's gonna kick up like a little shrimp and make its way back down, kick up like a little shrimp. And you're gonna get a ton of bites that way. All right, I'm gonna see if I can show you what this thing looks like. Bouncing off the bottom here, hopefully you can see that. twitch. See how it kind of pops up and glides its way back down. Looks like a little shrimp kind of fleeing. And now imagine this thing in some seagrass, just popping up, making its way back down. Looks pretty good, right? Now, you can straight retrieve it like this, like I said, just looks like a little bait fish swimming around. You can give it some twitches as you're retrieving it. So it looks like either an injured bait fish or one that's just trying to scoot away on top of the water. This thing just really triggers a fish to eat. Look how good it looks. Like a little jacked up little daredevil here. All right, people, that's gonna be the end of the video, but once again, let's recap. Paddle tail, jerk shad, go and get yourself some. Empty your bank account on them. Just swipe that credit card, buy as many as you want. Seriously, don't overthink the colors though. Who cares about the colors? Fish are dumb, dude. They got a tiny little pea brain. They're gonna eat it no matter what, okay? Trust me on that. Peace out. I'll see you all in the next one. Hit that subscribe button. Goodbye.